Tatiana, finally welcome at Cozumel Island in Caribbean Sea.
Oh my God, couldn't be better.
Yes, exactly. It's not our first time here on annual retreat Quiet Transformation with Maria. And please tell me what inspired you finally to come here.
I think we can summarize the beauty and uniqueness of Maria's retreat in top 5 points.
Yes, please do it.
And the first one, I would say that Maria is an exceptional yoga teacher. She's not just one of those teachers that got quick training and know how to exercise well. Maria's personal journey towards where she is now lasted for almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she also taught yoga in India, in Himalayas. So
oh yeah, that's true.
I would say she's internationally acclaimed teacher, and we are so lucky to learn from her, right? So the yoga course, the yoga retreat, the knowledge, the practice itself is unique. It's very hands-on, and you walk away with very practical knowledge.
Mm-hmm. But do you know why Maria chose Cozumel for her retreats? What's so special here?
That's a good question, because as far as I know, and I know there's a story about Maria's personal experiences, which you can watch in a separate video, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. It took her a while to find Cozumel. It synergizes the beauty of a unique island, and things are very authentic. Sometimes you just don't even see modern Americanism or mm-hmm. modern American civilization on every corner, but yet this place has all the infrastructure you need. We have Wi-Fi's, in every cafeteria we go?
Yeah, I think
right?
so, yes.
There's an airport on the island. It doesn't take you hours on the bus to go to some remote place like it usually happens with other destinations. You're right here, and your vacation starts the moment you land.
Exactly. It took us probably 10 minutes to get from the airport that we landed to Maria's place where we have our retreat.
The place also has its own interesting legend.
Oh yeah, I was just going to ask you about it. Do you know what's the legend?
The legend is apparently Cozumel was famous for its temple of a shell, the goddess of femininity, fertility, abundance,
and healing. Yeah, true.
And even in Maya's days, like many centuries ago, people from the mainland were coming here to worship this mm-hmm. temple, and the place was a tourist destination even back then. So I heard a lot of interesting magical stories about the island, that it actually it's not just a legend. I think it's working.
Oh yeah, and I can testify some things about this magical legend, by the way, but later. By the way, about abundance, can you tell me about food here?
Oh yes.
From this point of view.
I have to say Cozumel is a mecca for food lovers. You can find all kinds of restaurants, and whole foods featured here almost everywhere, mm-hmm. and presented in a very healthy way. So you eat avocados and lots of freshly squeezed juices, not just necessarily pineapple and orange, but it would be beets and ginger and all, mm-hmm. and apple. I want to say it doesn't cost much. Like today we went to the restaurant and we spent how much?
$2 for two.
We don't
2.5 liters.
We don't even remember how much we spent.
Yeah.
That's the point. That it's so inexpensive, so affordable, and yet the quality of the food is right on.
Exactly.
And I have to say that you have no choice but to eat healthy, because you have such a great variety of different dishes.
One more question about the organization. What do you think? How this retreat was organized?
I have to say, if it were not organized so well, we probably would be eating all day
exactly.
and indulging ourselves in all these foods. To me, organization is probably the biggest advantage, because let's face it, we in North America, we have 2 weeks off legally. Can you imagine, you from Europe and from Russia, you have way more days. We have 2 weeks, and usually vacation is 7 to 10 days. So it's very typical when you go somewhere and it takes you 2, 3, sometimes 4 days just to get acclimatized and get used to things, to figure out parking arrangements, all kind of hotel little details, to get to know where to eat, to get to know where to go. When your stay is organized in a way that you chill, you start your vacation from minute one, and you are not spending your precious time on little things just to tweak and do your arrangements. Things are thought through. Maria gave us her famous journal where we track our whereabouts, where we capture our precious moments and we put some thoughts. And I like the fact that from day one our stay is so well organized that we don't have to think what we have to do next, and yet we feel relaxed.
Yes, we do not feel tired or overwhelmed, so it's really great relaxation.
To me, the huge advantage is that you come to a vacation and you start eating and you start drinking and you start sleeping a lot, and then you're more tired than before because you, let's face it, had all these bad habits, right? But when you come in and from minute one you have a yoga class, then you have meditation session, then you go and you have healthy lunch. We, for example, have a brainstorm sessions every day at the coffee house where we exchange ideas and give each other inspiration. There is so much to embrace, and when somebody organizes it for you, you don't waste a minute. And for me, after 2 days on island, I felt like I was here for a week, which is precious because time is very expensive.
Very good,
2 days on the
Tatiana.
island.
Do you know, by the way, that Cozumel actually is in top 5 destinations for divers in the world?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because you see coral reefs and you see fish. I personally can't swim for too long because I get bored. But when I'm snorkeling, I can snorkel for hours and I watch all these fishes and I know some of them by now. And it's just so mentally engaging and you're exercising, right? And you're swimming and you do have all these great things.
Well, Tatiana, let's summarize finally. So what are the biggest takeaways?
Well, for me, the biggest takeaway, other than those we mentioned, of course, was very practical yoga techniques that I learned from Maria. And as a typical representative of sandwich generation, I have to deal with stress. I have aging mom and I have a teenager, so I never know where the stress is coming from. So mastering certain techniques and being able to use them in a snap when you need them is a key advantage to me. And I learned a lot of breathing, a lot of mental awareness exercises at Maria's classes that helped me in day-to-day life. That was my biggest takeaway. Learning how to step back and reflect, learning how to appreciate the moment, learning how to focus in a stressful situation. It's not even the matter of a great life, it's the matter of survival for me. What about you, Tatiana?
You know, I have a very special takeaway that I got on my last retreat. First of all, being here in Cozumel, it's, you know, with all this artisanal cuisine made of whole foods, you have nothing to do than to eat right. And my brain was so much rewired so strongly that I have nothing to do but just to eat right. So I subtract some bad habits from my daily life. It's the first, number one. And the second one, you know, this legendary magic of abundance of this island worked in a very special way
What
in
way?
my situation.
Did it work,
Yes,
Tatiana?
it did work. Yes, and you know, the attention of man
Seriously?
is never scary.
Well, you learn how to manage stress. You
Yes,
eat right.
absolutely.
Obviously, in these circumstances, you will attract a lot of man
You know, and
attention,
I
right?
feel
No
absolutely
other way.
happy here.
Excellent. So, thank you so
Absolutely.
much for watching. Welcome to Cozumel.
Hope to see you with us.
Check the link downstairs. Check the link down there, and Cozumel is waiting for you.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Bye bye.